Wicked!
Looks like someone
Who would say this?
You look about as sick of this shit as I am.
You're dead sick, aren't you? Maybe you can help me.
We might be able to help. What's the situation?
I'm a volunteer with this charity. We work to get undocumented immigrants away from the deportation squads. I rang up some of the people we helped, and none of them are answering. I think they're in trouble.
I follow. We'll look into this charity. Make sure everything's above board.
Pathetic!
I traced his message history, and his charity contact was texting him from a known Clan Kelly hideout.
Of course. If people are suffering, Clan Kelly finds a way to make money. Point me at the cunts.
Indeed. Pushing you the location so you can investigate.
From the button. This is the bug. Hello, resistors. It's bug time. Are you all sitting comfortably? No? Good. That's as it should be. This is the bug. I'm Andy, and joining me to analyse the latest blowflies to emerge from the corpse of once free Britain, it's Alice.
Hello, Andy.
And today, we're going to talk to you about Albion. Your friends of mine. Alice, the government has extended Albion's contract and have also boasted that violent crime has plummeted to a record low. Now, extending Albion's contract, to me, that's like having a pet dog, let's call it Nigel for the sake of argument, that attacks you every single day and thinking to yourself, wouldn't it be nice if Nigel had puppies?
Auto drive now contract has been extended so many times, it's like the neck of a politician that's criticised the government.
I'm not sure entirely how those contract extension negotiations went, probably like a footballer. In the old days, I assume Albion's agent was leaking stories to the press about how our favourite private militia was being tapped up by Barcelona. Or the government panics and thinks, well, we better get them signed up before it's too late. But still, violent crime, record low, although I imagine that probably depends exactly how you count it. If you include violent crime committed by the state, either themselves or via Albion, their chosen violent crime contractors who provide such a very valuable bargain service of beating people up, well, it's probably not quite as low as the figures suggest.
I don't know. I think they're probably right. Who has the opportunity to commit violent crime these days anyway? The moment you pick up a fruit knife, you get tasered by a robot policeman with the police Bulgarian. It's a much more society. It's just much less of a society.
I want to know the details of the contracts. Alice, I mean, are they paid per dissident duffed up? Is it a set rate for each extrajudicial state mugging? What is that rate?
Auto drive now like they're trying to hit a quota of some kind.
Well, what is the set rate? Is it, 99.95 cryptos bargain? Seems very reasonable indeed. I imagine they don't ask too much anyway, Albion, because it's just so nice to get paid for doing your hobby anyway, isn't it? I imagine it doesn't even feel like work.
I mean, who needs violent crime anymore anyway? You know, you can just starve to death without even starting
drive now disabled.
We do have to ask exactly what does the Prime Minister make of all this. Let's ask him. Oh, I hope they pick up. Hello, you're through to number 10 Downing Street. Hello, is the Prime Minister there, please? Let me just check. Sorry, you've missed him. I'm afraid he's popped out for the decade. Oh, never mind. Is there anyone else I can talk to? Yes, of course. There's a shady cabal of vested interests who control him and prop him up in power. Great, I'll have a chat with them then.
Oh, and you remember when you could get away with prank calls without people coming round to your house to beat the shit out of you?
Happy times.
You're listening to The Bug.
Did you think the Prime Minister will ever come back?
I don't think we've ever had a Prime Minister.
Well, that's a much more reassuring way of looking at things. What have we got?
Search units, disengage. This search is pointless.
What's going on?
Need to
basically
borrow this
just
from you.
become a homeopathic Britain. Diluted and diluted until there's
Auto-drive
barely a
now
trace of
enabled.
the original Britain left. But some quackish lunatics insist it actually works better that way. It's total bullshit. Is there anything left? New on the bug this week, a new feature, the bug off feature. The person who has most irritated us in Britain this week, we're going to tell to bug off, and to get things going, I'm going to nominate Big Nigel Cass. Look, this is Britain. History tells us this place is a bastion of freedom. I'm just not sure that that kind of freedom should involve Big Nigel expressing his freedom to run a private army. I guess historically there is a precedent, the East India Company. That was a trading house with an army of 250,000 soldiers, which is a lot for a company. The Bug PLC has Alex Gday, but crucially, compared with Albion, the East India Company didn't operate its 250,000-strong army in London. It did it a long way away, out of sight, out of mind. Anyone to nominate for the bug off, Alice?
I think today's bug off for me goes to my streaming service. I'm sick of being recommended things based on things I already like. The other day it recommended me to watch a reality TV competitive dating show set in a nude commune. Andy, I watched it and I liked it, and I do not want to be the kind of person who enjoys nude competitive reality television dating shows. I did not want to know that about myself. I have to go sit in the corner and cry.
That's it from the bug. Don't forget the live show that is so secret it is definitely not happening at the usual time and place this month. Definitely not. And definitely do not tell anyone not to come to it. It's definitely not happening. Usual time and place. Bye-bye.
After yet another death in custody, an increasing number of critics are accusing Albion of systematic prisoner maltreatment. Join us on GBB for a thorough examination of the conditions for prisoners in detention.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buckingham.
Auto-drive now disabled.
Don't want you to know. With me,
Auto-drive now
it's
enabled.
hard to believe that there could be shortages of food and medicine in an advanced country like ours.
Standard
And
problem
yet,
search.
here we are.
I have
Those
this one.
old government promises of adequate food turned out to be just another lie.
As we expected, a full-blown Clan Kelly operation. Looks like they're detaining undocumented immigrants on site for some reason. Suggest you rescue whoever's being held here and then
Auto-drive now
contact our friend.
disabled.
I'm on it.
something.
There. Done.
There they are. Careful. Clan Kelly might be willing to kill them rather than let them escape.
I didn't do nothing! Please, help.
Get her out.
Thank you so much.
Shut up! Did you hear that?
Wait, what was that? Back off!
There. Once we're clear of the area, you can report on what we found.
I'm with DedSec. I'm afraid Clan Kelly's been pulling the wool over your eyes. You work for them.
The Kellys? I was told they were human rights activists. They had papers and everything. Look legit too.
That's a dirty little lie. They fooled you into helping them traffic human beings.
Fuck. Here I am thinking I was doing some good. That's all I want to do. Help people in trouble and fight off the people making the trouble.
You know, DedSec's looking for fighters, and you seem to have some fight in you. How about letting it out?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
You look about as sick of this shit as I am.
Fuck me! Are you dead sick? I could use your help.
We might be able to help. What's the situation?
One of my mates went AWOL last week. Can't get hold of them, and they ain't answering their texts.
Jesus, that's awful.
Thing is, right, they've got a big anti-authoritarian streak. I'm worried they've bit off more than they can chew.
Don't fret. We'll find them. No shortage of ways to vanish in London these days. Where do we start with this?
Well, we could knock on every door in the city and see if they've got any abducted people on the premises, but it'd probably be smarter just to snoop around their last known location.
Agreed. Send me the location.
All the light in the universe into itself. I think that is most likely is that. But
Auto drive now enabled.
Fans, this resistance will never die, and one day we will again be free. Free from these technological chains, free to choose our own futures, free to live our own lives, free to waste our time watching people bake cakes and dance badly again. Those were the days. Over and out. Before we go, time for a quick bug off. I'm going to nominate this week Sky Larson here at the
Auto
Bug.
drive
We are
now
all in favour
disabled.
of strong, powerful women. And in many ways, Sky is the ultimate feminist icon, proving that women can do just as abominably awful things to this planet as men. I mean, overall, Alice, I think we're still ahead as men, but you lot are catching up. Fair play to you. You are listening to The Bug.
Here at Starlodge, we want to wake you up before life tries to break you up.
Auto drive now enabled.
Now, that's the way to start the day.
Auto drive now
Starlodge.
disabled.
Wake up and experience the coffee.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches.
Auto drive now enabled.
Hello Britain, this is The Bug, the show that holds up a mirror to the world and smashes itself on the head with it in despair. I'm Andy, joining me, as always, Alice, and...
I deny everything.
It's just a good state of existence. Some good news, at last. There are no medicine shortages, according to the government, none at all. There have been various allegations about that. It turns out they are all fake news, trademark. There are none. There are no shortages of medicine. Don't take it from me. I'm not a
Auto
medical
drive
provider.
now disabled.
Take it from our beloved government. It's fine. In fact, I'm going to read between the lines here. And actually, so there's probably there's too much medicine, if anything. Just medicines. You can't move for medicine. In fact, just this morning, I tried to pour some cornflakes into a bowl for breakfast and out-tumbled a 12-month course of immunosuppressants, corticosteroids, and anti-retrofungal neurodilatory estrogen spermatotropic...
Auto drive now enabled.
Claiming there are medical shortages are probably high on lots of medicine.
Auto drive now disabled.
I, for one, believe that there are no... medical shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be extreme period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
We can't be too far away from them just prescribing stiff upper lip like this.
My uncle had a leg removed due to diabetes. They halved his insulin because they said there was less of him to be
Auto
diabetic.
drive now disabled.
So, anyway, people don't believe what you read or hear about there not being enough medical drugs to go around. It's not true. It's hospital
Auto
hogwash,
drive
it's
now
pharmaceutical
enabled.
flim-flam, it's medical mendacity, it's Hippocratic humbug. It's nonsensical narcotic nincompoop. I think I've made the point. Do not believe the news telling you that we've run out of medicine, nor should you believe the empty shelves at the chemists. They're also lying. Do not believe your doctor saying, sorry, we're fresh out of that, you're going to have to eat a carrot and pretend. And do not believe your own cobweb-ridden medicine cabinet at home. It might look empty, but it's not, for it contains the only medicine any of us truly need. Stirring music, please, producer Chris. Freedom. The medicine of British freedom. And the analgesic knowledge that however ill you may be, Bloom are keeping an eye on things for you.
I'm investing heavily in the placebo effect right now. You're listening to The Bug.
Obviously, I don't entirely mean that, because what is the first rule of the third millennium? If someone in power tells you something is fake news, what is it? Correct. A 110% cast iron, tungsten-coated, granite-centered...
Our missing person disappeared from here. It was probably captured on CCTV, like every other bloody thing in this city.
Grand. Let's get that data then.
Fucking hell, did I just whip myself?
Have you got it?
Yeah, I do. Be so patient next time. So careful, yeah. I'll be... Yeah.
Yeah.
sick.
What was that? You can always give up! Ah, fuck! They slipped away.
I've got to find these assholes!
I'm gonna check somewhere else. We've got to track them down! Spit up and find them. No! No one here.
Don't worry.
That gave me the tingles.
I've got one down!
I hate those couples.
Look lively, people! Nothing so far.
Find them. Tear the place apart if you have to.
You're tired of running. I'm tired of chasing. Just give up. Fan out and find this cockroach.
Take it easy on yourself. We're gonna get you sooner or later.
All right,
Clear
let's
it
look around
now.
then.
They just up and vanished!
That is just vile.
I think I heard something.
The CTOS hub there.
Well, I've survived a lot worse than this.
Don't make a fucking noise!
I think I heard something.
Cut the bullshit!
Time to pick up where your teammate left off. I'm sure they'll thank you once they stop eating through a tube.
All right, I'm in. We'll worry about our operative later.
Located the CTOS hub.
What was that?
I am uploading the footage now.
Well, they were taken all right. Got in a shouting match with Albion and then took a couple of boots to the solar plexus.
Damn.
Yes, that's the bad news. The good news is I determined where they're being held. Sending you the coordinates.
Smart device, or whether you're talking about a broadcaster, the most important thing was to keep you in that environment. In their pocket. And in order to do that, a couple of things happened.
Auto drive now
One
enabled.
was the use of manipulative techniques around behavioral economics.
Good.
Things
Don't
that
have
would
to
just
shoot it.
keep you scrolling, or keep you listening, or keep you looking for more information. The second is that that kind of environment favors sensationalism. And so you got more sensational headlines and more sensational stories, and it didn't matter whether they were true or not. It just kept people in, and it kept them in the loop. So we ended up in a situation where nobody trusted anything, and nobody believed anything at all. And that is the perfect environment for an authoritarian voice to come in and say, no, wait, we are the truth. So the ground for this environment really got created when we had suddenly authoritarian politicians everywhere. And anything that threatened them or they disagreed with, they would call it disinformation. That's disinformation, that's fake news. And again, we got in a situation where nobody really believed anything. And the trouble is if you were telling the truth, it's very hard to get your message to cut through all of the noise of all of the disinformation that's there. So like, you know, you remember Out on the Edges, there was this story about when they would take a house by force, they would take any infants and they would crucify them. And that's a great, fantastic, viral story. And how do you counter that story? With the truth. The only way you can counter it is by saying, no, they didn't. And of course, no one wants to spread that story. No one wants to hear that story. They want to hear the sensationalism. They want to hear how people were victims of violence when in fact they weren't. Or they were victims of insurgent forces when in fact they weren't.
The news isn't neutral, it's a battleground. Here's media researcher and academic Alfie.
The media has, of course, been perhaps the key way in which governments have controlled and influenced their populations. So, you know, totalitarian countries have typically used
You don't have to take them alone.
Keep it together.
all units.
Huge
Possible
mainstream
suspect or
media outlets to
suspects
sell one
reported near your
kind of
location.
news, one
Approaching
kind of
with caution,
bias
over.
to its population. Of course, the media. Always plays this kind of key role in methods of state control. I think what's happening now is perhaps even more concerning, where you previously, in pre-crisis Britain, we had perhaps more diverse voices in the media, but now with the GBB, you're really only seeing one brand of news and therefore only getting one truth. So people end up with a very biased and controlled idea of the reality and the world that we're actually living in. There was, of course, many concerns and many problems, but in a way there were some positive things that, like, not all information is coming from one place, and so you'd have kind of far-right media outlets developing and then left-wing media outlets developing to combat those and kind of challenge the mainstream newspapers, TV stations, radios, and make sure people were questioning the validity and truth of the information they were receiving. So whilst there was the digital afforded more fake information, it also makes us suspicious and sceptical of information and makes us question the information we're getting. And I think in pre-crisis Britain, it might not seem great at the time, but there was something positive about that there was a lot of distrust in the media and in the different kinds of truths that were being told. Whereas now, I think you're seeing a return to a more traditional and older
Control, I
pre-digital
can't see the suspect. Please advise.
Sure thing, okay. Look at you.
I'm terminating the search. Fall back. Over.
Of course. I hear you.
Albion guards are here for your safety.
Indeed, but I think, the fact that you're out there listening, we're in here talking, shows that there is still a space to combat these false truths and disinformation that's being sold to us, and that it's never possible really to completely shut down, despite all the technologies that they have at their disposal and all the financial and corporate power and all the physical power. That it's never quite possible to shut down people's desire to get to the truth and fight for their own ideologies and values, and we're out here starting that task, so don't give up hope.
You've been listening to Buccaneer with me, Tash. We'll be back soon with more of what you'll never hear from the GBB. Keep listening, keep sharing, keep resisting.
You're listening to The Bar.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain. Hello, resistors, this is The Bug, keeping the fire of hope alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. Okay, fires don't burn in vacuums. It's a little novelty Christmas light, shaped like a flame, but it's something. It is something complete.
Check the surroundings.
Joining me, as always, is Alice. And Alice, hold the front page. Technology apparently is here to stay. There's no way around that now. Much as I'd like to go back to the 18th century and see the rapid industrial revolution we get it later on this time. But new tech is creating 4,000 jobs. Count them all, 4,000 new jobs. Thanks to this new tech investment.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech investment created 4,000 jobs that will immediately be taken by robots.
Even if they're not, there'll be jobs that no one in their right, sane mind would actually want to do, but that's the price of progress, I guess. And we have to embrace the way technology is taking over everything, because maybe this is a ray of hope for the universe. But technology will, in fact, render us all obsolete, and we won't need humans at all, because look at the bad things.
We need assistance to resume patrol. Over.
I'm here.
The abductee you're looking for should be somewhere nearby.
Detention protocol.
Ever heard of personal space?
Investigation underway. Target sighted. Get ready.
Control, let's trace whoever's hacking this drone.
Open. Weapons ready.
Drone, initiate search protocol.
I know you're here somewhere. Wherever you are.
Vanished. Brilliant.
Why are you carrying that? What the fuck?
There he is. Get him out.
Let's get this little shit. Drone, initiate search. They're gone. Cancel the search.
did you get to?
Sweep the area!
Moving on. No one's here.
Drone, begin search.
Just keep our eyes peeled. Nothing here. Redirecting.
That's it. I'm ending this.
Bollocks! They must have got away.
On position.
I've had quite enough of this. Who the hell is that?
I saw you close.
I know my rights. I'll be watching you.
Get him out of here.
They can't be far. Find them. Drone, initiate search.
They're around here somewhere. Don't see anyone. Drone, search this sector.
They got away. Shit.
What's wrong with this bloody thing?
I've had enough. Stand down! Can't hide from me!
Seems like you got away.
We found your friend in Albion Holden. They're out, but laying low. You should hear from them soon.
Wow, really? I owe you. Big time.
You know, DedSec's looking for fighters, and you seem to have some fight in you. How about letting it out?
Fuck yeah. Sign me up.
CTOS is calling them an anarchist. Where do you suppose they got that title? Tolstoy Incorporated?
It's almost as if anarchists have an ideology that challenges unexamined social constructs. For example, what constitutes a job?
Help me.
This advance is too quickly. Wrong guy is going to take control of it and then control us. Now look at
First, he's
us.
been messing with their drones so that they can't control them. But apparently, he has his own customized drone too, equipped with a taser.
Holy shit.
If I knew half what this bloke
Sweep everything until you find him. Drone, begin a search.